Generative AI is changing how the wealth is being managed.
Yeah.
Will it impact the family offices in the GCC?
It depends how advanced the family is, which will depend on how well they take on AI. And it will also depend on how AI progresses going forward. I think that inevitably AI is currently and will be more and more a necessary tool in what we do on a day-to-day basis. So investment has the two arms, like we discussed. It has the numbers and the maths on one side, but it has the gut instinct on the other side. People are saying, well, how are you going to replace that with AI? AI is already able to better distinguish human emotions and facial expressions than other humans are. So it already knows how we feel better than other people do. I think in time, we will have them, AI rather, we will have AI as our, a big portion of our employees. I think AI is dangerous already now with just simply ChatGPT, which is if you know what's happening in the back end out in LA with AI and how far ahead they are. About 55% of all AI advancements and investments are happening there within, I think, a 3-block radius. Another 25 or 30% is happening in Hong Kong, if I'm not mistaken, within 1 or 2 towers, and the rest is scattered across the world. So from what I understand, AI is much further along than ChatGPT is. They're generations ahead already. And just simply ChatGPT has already become, what I've noticed, forget on a family office level, on a human level, has become people's friends, has become people's mentors, has become people's doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists. And so if we are giving that much credibility already to a very simple form of AI, as that advances, we will soon hand over all control to AI. It can do it better and faster. Why not? If you have an employee in the business that is an absolute master at tax law, and you're a lawyer, you know a little bit about it, a tax law question is going to come. You're not going to sit there and research it and go through studies, and it takes years. You're going to give it to that guy who you have on your team and say, what's the answer? Here's the answer. You go back to your client and say, this is what we're going to do. That's how companies run. You lean on talent. Now you have talent that is multifaceted, that is extremely quick to answer, that will also follow the way you think and the way you feel, and you can train it to be more amenable to you, right? And people are just handing over more and more of their thought processes to it. They're handing over more and more of their life decisions to it. People are being misdiagnosed online via ChatGPT, and therefore, instead of taking certain things seriously, are not going to the hospital. They stay at home, and they would suffer from something that they would have gone to the hospital for. But they said, oh, ChatGPT said no need. And vice versa. Sometimes ChatGPT is saying, go to the hospital when somebody was, I'm not going to go. I'm fine. I'm just a bit tired. My arm hurts. No, you're having a heart attack. Go. And it has saved lives. But it is still, at least for now, not fully capable of, I would say, removing certain required human elements from the process. I think that it is dangerous to overuse AI, but at the same time, you cannot overlook it. So there are now a lot of funds that are coming to me and saying, we have consistent, we have transparency with our investors and our LPs. We're consistently updating them, et cetera, and say, Yusuf, I don't do any of it. I would have needed a team of 10. AI is now just blasting out announcements and this and everything is covered. All of my almost duties as a GP are being covered by AI, reporting and otherwise. The numbers aren't always right. Ignore the mistakes. Now what the LPs are doing is, that's a lot of information. I put my money here because I want to make 20% back, not because I want to read. They'll get their AI system to shrink it down and summarize it for them, and then they'll take that piece. So basically you have two people not communicating with each other, simply asking each other's AI to decode.
And then they are coming back to each other with the new thought process and even causing more conflict sometimes.
At times, because He hasn't read the document, but he goes, "Oh, there's a red flag that AI picked up here. Cool." Start getting into arguments with the, or even worse, no one challenges him because this AI came up with a pretty good story. This AI on this side is very happy to listen, and it only has the data that it has been fed. Everyone's happy. But if you had actually spent time on the phone with the person, if you'd actually had more meetings, if you'd actually taken the time to think about and sent something more bite-sized, called up your LPs and said, "Hey, what do you think of X?" You'd find points of view that are not singular. And I think that's one of the other dangerous elements of AI is before, if I wanted to know something, prior to Google, we had encyclopedias and we had dad and mom and friends. But you would go to the top 10 articles of Google. You'd even then go probably deeper, further, not just Google, but other places. You'd read books to then come up to a conclusion of an answer that you wanted. Now, you get one answer and you stick to it. And this is now reality for us. And so it's going to shape our realities. It's going to shape how we do business. It's going to shape how we think. And it's going to make certain business decisions that are just, quite frankly, wrong. And though AI might be capable of reading human emotions better or expressions better, at this current stage, in 10 years' time, AI will be laughing. But at this current stage, it cannot know what to do with that information in the investment world, in the family world. And if anything, it creates a bigger rift between. So if I'm using as in a family office board and I'm using AI purely to disseminate all the agendas, if the information, et cetera, I don't need to know it. I can go in and I can just say, click next on the screen and read out what's there. Somebody asks me, I don't know what I'm doing. And eventually I'll have such a reliance. Within 5 to 10 years, our teachers will be AI. They can read your emotions at this stage. They can see what you're doing. They can see that the child, for example, they can figure out he has a learning disability or not. They can figure out he's not paying attention. So child, you're staying there, you're trying to teach him maths, child loses attention. Then the teacher will notice very quickly because it's one-to-one and he can read your emotions and say, "Hey, do you like trains?" Kid goes, "I love trains." Goes, "Hey, did you know that this equation is what was used in creation of the train?" "Really, was it? How?" And then he starts to engage, or the AI rather starts to engage the child through things that they specifically like, and then can start to teach it about that, about physics, about wind resistance, about.
Based on their interest.
Based off their interest.
Yeah.
And then drag them into the world of what they were previously ignoring, which was maths. The child might be highly talented at maths, just had no reason to pay attention. So you have these ultimately advanced teachers that will be moving forward, right? And so education will be done by AI. Entertainment's already being moved over to AI. They have logistics, and you of course have then the algos. So you have the algorithms and the trading guys who private equity firms are, starting to rely more and more heavily on AI. And now the humans just verify the AI moves. So instead of having that huge computing power in, across 50 people, you have one AI validated by 5 people. That's it. And so all the hard work could be done by this. So it's unless there are international laws that will restrict AI, which there will not be, not that I can see anytime soon. And if they block it in the US, people are going to be using AI in Dubai, and then Dubai will do very, very well. I think that whoever controls or whichever place is connected to, owns the chain within AI, will be the superpowers going forward in the future. And that's a scary thing.
Yeah.